Hello, my little munchkins, my little crones, and my sunflowers. How are you on this fine, fine Thursday evening? Well, I hope everything with you today was copacetic. I hope you had a wonderful day. And if anything got in your way or ticked you off, I hope you just brushed it off and said, I shall not be bothered. And with that being said, of course, I have to talk about a true Marylander. Don't want to talk about it, I really don't. Don't want to say nothing negative about this character, but I have to. And when I say her name, it comes with the word character. Because to me, she is a character. She's like multifaceted. But the girl can sing. I mean, she can sing, okay? She can blow a gospel out the water, and she can sing a love song that bring you to your knees. The girl can sing. Who am I talking to? Well, you read the thumbnail. Tamar Braxton. Problematic. The one thing I can say about Tamar that is truer than life, she truly believes in her God. I could say that. I could say that if there was a seat in a place called heaven, because if Tamar Braxton were right here, she would be like, what you mean? What you mean? A place that may be called heaven? There ain't no man in it. That would be her. But because I don't believe in fairy tales anymore, I believe in realness. And for me, I just don't believe we get away to a heaven. However, if that's your belief, God grant you. I'm just saying this because I'm talking about somebody religious and I want to give her props before I tell you how I see her. Okay? Because I don't want anybody to misconstrue that her spirituality had nothing to do with her brokenness. Okay? Her spirituality has nothing to do with all the things she does wrong or all the things she does that are right. Because it's not about right or wrong that you will inherit this kingdom. It's not about that, as strangely as it's taught. No, it's about your faith. It's about, do you believe? It doesn't come with a lot of rules and regulations. Of course it does for those that want to walk the chalk line, those that want to be holy. Yes, there is a line that you can go and walk if that's the way you choose to walk. But that's not the way Tamar chooses to walk. Well, what do you mean? If you choose to walk the narrow path, then you can't be a celebrity. No. If you really choose, I know you got the TD Jakes and all of them out there, telling you. But if you really wanted to walk the straight and narrow, you would not be wealthy. A private jet? Are you kidding me? Look at all the miles over the world you could feed. No. So we get it all mixed up. So I say all this to say this. Before I zero in on my cards, I just wanted to give you a little bit of my commentary about what I can say about
Tamar.
she is a very spiritual person. She believes in God. Her father was a pastor and her mother was a pastor. She was singing apparently all her life, born that way. Very talented. And she has an unforgettable personality. And the reason why I think her personality is unforgivable, that's the truth. Unforgettable is because she can be obnoxious and she can be real at the same time. And sometimes too much of being obnoxious, you don't want to hear the real. Sometimes it's just the overload. And even though she says she changed, just when I just almost believed her, you had to go and give a dig into Jeannie Ma and her calamity. I don't know who caught it, who cares. That's the way I seen it, and I'm a consumer, and I watch. And I watch you, and I follow you like I follow anyone else. And when you make news, I'm on it. I've never read about this particular person, ever. Because I don't like to mess with the Baltimoreans, other than one, when you can't help yourself, and you know that's Christian Rock, okay? Mm-hmm. So now Tamar has made it to the table. And I just don't think she's real. And I got something to say. When a man break up with a woman and tell the world, you kind of wonder, what was he dealing with? that he immediately put her in a friend zone. And wasn't she the one that says if a man divorces his wife, that it must be another woman? Something like that. So for a man to break up with you and tell the world and to tell you that he needed some space for his mental, paraphrasing, that he needed mental healing after dealing with you, I personally can only imagine. I just feel as though whatever change, I don't see her getting any more of a change as far as her people look at it. Well, she would have popped off. She does pop off. She just pop off differently. She's always in the camera. I just wish she would just get herself a page. Just get herself a YouTube station, and that way she could be all of the me's. All of her me's she can be. She can cry. She can sing. She can act like everything is all right and cry and sing to the camera and say, don't worry about me, it's Jesus. She can do all of these antics. I mean, as long as I've known Tamar on TV, she has been filled with EIA.com. She's always been hashtag you got it. She's always been like a Tiffany Haddish kind of gal. I have to say gal when I say that. Like a round the way gal. Those roundaway girls go, those Buffalo girls go around the downtown, downtown, something. I can't remember how it go. And I don't mean it in a derogatory way. Just meaning they just seem like street people. They just know how to handle loud and just know how to be in them streets. Like they just know how to hustle in them streets. Like they don't care. They are not scared and they are not moved by them streets. That's what I mean around about, you know. But it's a lot of things I want to say, but I don't want to make no waves. I've said enough. So let's say what the cards have to say. So right now, I want to know, has Tamar Braxton changed? I hear spiritually she has grown. Spiritually. Remember, there's a marked difference. In other words, I see her faith may have gotten stronger. She may be more apt to call on the Lord or sing or praise him out loud because he is the source of her being here. At least that's what she's telling the world. I'm not her, I'm just. So because he healed her, she's that part of her. But I still see the undercurrent Tamar making fun of people, being snorky. I still see those things about her. I don't see, like, you know, people say, well, she's not in an argument. No, you don't have to be when you're being sarcastic. See, being sarcastic is an art. See, everybody is not good at being sarcastic. Like, you know, you're a bunch of dummies, you know? Y'all know I'm playing, though. Y'all know I love you, right? But some of y'all are dumb as bricks. Who needs the insult and the sarcasm? Y'all know I'm just talking and playing. How do you know? Well, of course, that was an act because I had to just do it. I don't like it. And that's the stuff she does. She says negative things. And like, I'm playing. I don't like it. Somebody might say, when the last time she did it? I'm not looking for the last time. It's just that when she talked and when I seen Jeannie Mai, that was the last time I saw. She said that, you know, she wasn't moved about her and JR. But when JR said what he said, why couldn't she just let it go? Why she had to say something? Because at that point, it just seemed like JR to me, you know JR, the white guy she been dating. And she got him off of the Queens or what?
Queen's Court.
And honestly, I knew that they were not going to make it. I knew that she would be for now, and I knew that her ways would get on his nerves. Because even her Tamar's sisters, her mother, she gets on their nerves after a while. It's too much Tamar. That's what I think a part that broke her and Vince up. Too much Tamar. He created a monster, didn't know what to do about it. Let her tell it. And this breaking up and we just gonna be friends, you can't be my friends now that you done went out there and told everybody you broke it up with me first when I'm up there acting like nothing happened. Telling people that when I was robbed over there at my mama house or somewhere. But I wasn't at your place. No. So anyway, with this being said, I really want to know, has Tamar Braxton changed? Did I go too long about her personality?
No.
Well, anyway, I see a king of swords. Lets me know she's very intellectual. She's smart. She's got a sharp tongue. Very sharp. I'm hearing she's got a strong bark, but she ain't about fighting. She ain't about fighting, you know, you're right. Thinking about that, I ain't never see her in a fight. But she's got a strong fight. She's like a pit bull in the mouth. And she can intimidate you with the things that she says out her mouth. However, here I see strength. So I'm going to look at that strength. Either that strength is going to be a card of weakness or a card of strength. Now, if I look at it as a card of weakness, it would be someone that is a king, a very strong, dominant male. She's alpha male. She is also a water sign. That means she's very fluid. That means she's got a high intellect. That means she also has a lot of people. She knows a lot of people. She's in a lot of things. She's a mover and shaker. That means people come to her with gossip. That means she's got an ear for it. That means she likes to gossip. She likes to talk. She likes to banter. She's air. She's air. So when I see, and she's a king, so she's strong and she's a manipulator. She's powerful. Also, with that strength card, it could also mean, because that strength card, if I switch it, will become an 11 and will become a gateway. So could this be that the strength card is learning how to watch what you say out your mouth? Could it be that as it's showing up that that's a negative, that she hasn't mastered that? Or could it mean that that strength card is she's learning how to not say what she feels? That's a positive. So let's see if we can find a negative. Let's say she needs the strength card because she's lacking in both. So let's see. Did you like that?
Yes.
So because someone says, I don't read cards upside down. I read my letters. I read cards up and down. I give you the positive and I give you the negative. If you don't believe me, go back and look at my readings. Because there's 2 ways to look at things. Sometimes it's 3 ways. Sometimes it's 4 ways. But there's always an up and a down. For everything, there is an opposite, correct?
Yes.
So let's see. Let's see how this strength card. Did I show them the strength card?
Yes, you did.
I would read this, but I think it's 1 card too many. If it was 3, I would have read it because I only take my cards and read in 3s. I should have looked at what they were. I apologize for that. I'm so quick to just pick up cards. Let me just. And they had this new deck out, Baby Crone. You should show them the new deck.
Okay.
It's a new deck. I'll let Baby Crone tell you all about it. I'm going to be using that new deck. And that new deck will be hopefully, that new deck will be my upside down card. So you can see it being read upside down. But I gotta, Baby Crone, will you undo it when I'm done?
Okay.
Okay. All right, I think these are shuffled good enough. Baby Crone, do you want to run and get them while I'm doing this?
Sure.
They on my bed somewhere. And you could delete this. So here, let me lay out the 3 cards. We have the 4 of swords, okay? So we still see she's in her head. Sometimes she needs to take a break. We see the Hierophant, which is very fitting because that is where she goes for prayer and her strength. And also we see a 6. We see a relationship of a female and a male, a reminiscent of a relationship. So if I'm looking at this cards, I think this breakup that Tamar had with JR. I think she was very much affected by it because I see that, I think because she hears the Hierophant. And so that meant that she need prayer. She really was feeling about it. And I don't know the way he did it, but it was done in a way where she didn't go blabbing about it. And so I see here that I see the four space. So that lets me know spiritually she just went into a retreat. I think it led her questioning, and she almost believed it. She almost believed that he was the one. But a part of her really feel as though somewhere in it, I'm feeling like she feel as though she dodged the bullet. Like he wasn't the right one for her. Even though the breakup was a little salty in the beginning. I also see here work a lot. So I see that there was a lot of working. So maybe he worked a lot. Maybe there was some jealousy. Maybe it was too much outside activities. I'm not sure. Also, I see too here that there probably was some secrets and some things that wasn't discussed. Just like too many emotions, too many things buried. Too many things said at once, too much you know about someone, too much too soon. And yet you find in the end that you don't know that person like you think you know that person. And yet I see again. So what I see here is I see in there with Tamar, I see that there is problems financially. I'm not saying she's broke, but I don't think that she has the money. That Tamar still has to work hard. She still has to work, and working is a struggle. And I see when it comes down to working, her job, I see that she could be having some problems because I see financially in the back whenever you see two. So maybe it's her and her employees, which is showing up in her reading, which there is a problem with her low wages. That's all I care to get into about that. She's being ridiculed for not paying her workers wages. And I see it showing up here. And I see it also kind of like emotionally hoarding it, acting like that she's paying them the best, that she's giving them the best. And yet she's not. She's really getting over. She's underpaying. She's underpaying, and she's getting pulled out for it. Because a lot of the dancers now are thinking about going on a dancer strike, but we'll see how this pan out. But I definitely see when it comes down to money, she needs her dancers. She's going to have to fork out the money, or she's going to have to do without her dancers. Because maybe she just can't afford it. Because right here, I see just praying at night. Like, I gotta work. She's been going around saying she doesn't have a place. I don't know about that. And maybe she don't. Maybe she don't. I don't know. But the way I understand, she's been staying with her mother. I don't know. Because her car was broken into. It just doesn't seem like Tamar not to have a place. However, it doesn't seem like Tamar either not to be talking about her son. But I see that she has to fight, and she's warding off a lot of things that she doesn't want people to know about herself. Okay, and I see that she's looking out for, when I see this page, I'm trying to figure out, is this Tamar? Is that Tamar just trying to escape? Trying to avoid it? Trying to avoid her dilemma? Maybe her boyfriend saw what she was about and didn't and peaked her game and ended it. Let's see how this works. So we definitely see swords. And we see that the swords give her stress. But we know that she's dominated by swords right now. What do you mean? She's got a lot of air. And she is a water sign. So right now, Turmoil's life is in some kind of, turbulence. She's in a turbulent stage. Why? Because I see air and I see water. I see water and water. I see water. I see water. I see water, and I see more water. I see a lot of water from emotions, like thinking about your past, reminiscing, living in the past, having those moments, and all at the same time living in your presence and trying to deal with your emotional needs. And I don't think that her emotional needs being met, because the charts are showing me financially she needs money. So she's got to go back to work. And I see that she's trying to ward down a whole lot of drama. She's trying to keep a low profile so it don't bring no attention to her. But she doesn't need it. She doesn't want it. But I definitely see her looking out like a child, like a child fighting, because I definitely see fire. So if I say what is dominating her reading, the dominating of all, and I see that 5. It will be made clear to me. But I definitely see that there are a lot of swords. So everything that Tamar is dealing with is in her mind, is her psyche. Her mental is not balanced. She had moments. She had moments. She doesn't deal well with a whole lot of stress. She puts on the front, and that's why she keeps telling you all, I'm okay. Because if you say something long enough, you'll begin to believe it. But according to the cards, she's hanging in there, because it just seems like this is what this card, this is out of all the cards are busy. This is the only card that's saying, look, I'm about to get up and walk up out of here. Out of all the cards are looking at me, looking down at something or doing something. This is the only card that has turned this back and saying, I'm about to walk up out of here. As energy, as just like a child. I just don't know what to do. I have so many feelings. I have so many emotions. I just don't know what to do. You have a question. That's my read. Now let's just go in, baby Crone.
Yes, my question is, how does she feel about this
Breakup.
Yes.
With JR.
Yes.
And he is a Leo.
Yes.
Very strong. He will not tolerate it. So it fell out. It just floated on out. So what we feel, here's another sword. So he's somebody apparently that is very strong and will not tolerate her antics. This is what this is about. And he wants the world to know. No, she didn't. Like I know how she is. Let me beat her to the punch. He should have just not said anything, but he letting you know he ain't that kind of guy. I'm going to say what I got to say. Now, he's saying, and he's looking at Tamar. Tamar is facing here because he's the queen. She was very dominant. So he felt like she was too much alpha male. He's a male, but he's more of a feminine male. You understand? Like to dress, like to look nice, low key, keep a low profile. You understand those kind of men. And here she's loud and boisterous, in your face, Jack. Hey, what? And that's not, he ain't feeling that. Fun until things get real. And so, yeah, he moved on. And she's moving on. See, he moved on from it. He didn't like it. She was bad for his mental. Because she's loud, she's gossipy. She took him into a life he probably don't live. And probably the women that he dated probably don't even be in this lifestyle like that. So he probably had more of an upper hand. He could be gentle. But Tamar is alpha male. So there is nothing gentle about her. She may start out gentle, but the beast inside going raw. Go ahead.
Yes, my next question is, why did JR end their relationship? Oh.
When the devil shows up, it's always deception. It was something he found out about her that wasn't real. Something about her, he found out that just wasn't real. Let me say this. Everything I say is alleged. I don't know Tamar. I don't know JR. I never met them a day in my life. So right now, I'm just reading what the cards are revealing to my soul, okay? And right now, when the devil shows up, it means deception. It means lying, cheating. It means on fire, sex. It means all of anything that you can conceive that will cause chaos. That's what the devil means. So it's just easy for me to say chaos because he is the author or she is the author of confusion, chaos. So when I see the devil come up against this strong energy, against this queen who is beckoning the king, hey, look, I want to stay on good terms with you. It's just not going to work. You know, and the king got his sword leaning towards her. I don't know if you could see it like I see it.
Okay.
You see the sword of the king leaning? Like, man, this ain't good. You bringing out a part in me I don't like. I don't like it. I don't like that part in me. That's that king. That's that she's looking straight ahead, but she's listening. You understand? She acting like she ain't hearing, but she hear him. And he, on the other hand, is like, look, I can't deal with this. You understand? We're going to have to talk about it. But he wants full attention. So what I'm saying is something he must have found out or something that was an illusion. It wasn't real. It could have been her finances. It could have been a lot of things. It could have been, who knows? You have a question?
Yes, my next question is,
It'll come out in the wash.
will JR and Tamar get back together? Is there hope?
This is a king. No. Too much fire. It seemed like what turned out to be gentle, it's going to turn out to not be friendly as all of this. Like they just want to end their relationship amicably. But now I see another king show up again. And this king is like under the queen. So it's like, I guess it would be up to Tamar. Because she is the king. But she's showing up under him. Like she have an issue with the way that he did things. It comes off like, okay, I was willing to move on, but I ain't like the way you came off, the way you said it. It seemed like she have an issue. She feels that he deceived her. You know, he may have felt deceived in a relationship. I don't know. But I definitely feel that right now, Tamar feels deceived by her, by him, by this queen, which is not queen as far as male or female, just energy-wise. And she's very strong and dominant. And she felt deceived by him by the way that they must have agreed on something. But whatever they agreed on, he must have broke it, and she didn't like it. You have another question?
Yes, my next question will be,
Why you think? Do Tamar love him? Did she actually fall in love with JR? Yes. Oh. Oh. Did he hurt her? Did he hurt her? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He said it wasn't no lying and cheating, and Tamar ain't say none of that. But he did hurt her. Was it like a Jenny Ma thing? Was it like a Jeannie? Her name
yes, Jeannie.
Jeannie Ma? Was it like deception? It just came from nowhere? Yeah, it was like financially, mentally, physically, financially. It was like, it's over. It was like he just turned his back on her and ended it. Like, it's just the talk. Over. Were you taken back by it? Were you really taken? Well, a card said yes, yes, yes. She had to regroup herself. And when you was crying, she was crying about that. She was praying. She was saying to herself, he's not going to break me. She didn't expect that from him. She didn't even know that they were going to break up. Had she had known that, she would have never said what she said about Jeannie when she sized up with Yeezy. That was mean. And right now, she found herself in a similar situation. Mm-hmm. See, there's a lesson in that. And that's what I'm saying. With Tamar, it's like she's a good person. You can see that. But she struggles with her ego. There's a part of her that she just got to learn to take control over, not just by showing us, but by doing it, by always remembering to take the higher road because you are a preacher's kid or you was a preacher's kid and because you grew up in a house that was holy. You should always strive for excellence. And even though the world lures you in and like that personality, it's not who you are called to be. It is not who you called to be, Tamar. I wouldn't even be surprised. This is me saying it. I got to say it.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be surprised if things got a little too rough and Tamar went back to the church. Because there's only so much she can take. She's starting to feel really, really disillusioned. And I hear that she made a promise to someone that she will never, ever try to delete or call 911 again for something as so. It's like she had a promise and she's finding the only place where she can find her true essence is in God. I really feel that. Am I right about it?
Yeah.
And that's a 4. So that's a 4 right there of wands. Right there where I said here's ending on that wand. So we could say she's ending on a high note. She got her faith and she's learning money, things don't mean nothing when you're unhappy, when you're broken. She still got some lessons to learn. She still has some lessons to learn. She's still learning. And when I'm tempted, because there are people who tempt Tamar to say these wicked things. It's the company she keeps. Mm-hmm. And if Tamar wants to really soar, she's going to have to let some friends go. She's going to have to let her lifestyle go. And she's going to have to stop talking about being holy and start being holy. Because that's who she really is.
Yeah.
That's who she really is. Tamar is really a church girl. And she's looking for that in the men that she chooses. Tamar would do well if she married herself a really, really good preacher man.
Okay.
With a nice church and sincere, but she probably ain't ready for that. But this card here, what question did you have to ask?
Yes, my question is, will Tamar be able to find the one for her?
Most definitely. Yes. Will he be a preacher man? Yes. He will be someone that believes in God. He will be sensitive. He will be sensitive to her and her needs. He will be very strong because this is a king. He will be very strong and fiery. He'll be able to meet her where she needs to be met. He'll be able to check her where she needs to be checked. He ain't going to be no punk. What did I say? Punk A.
Yes.
He ain't going to be no punk ASS.
No, you didn't say the word.
He ain't going to be no punk ass. Baby phone make me say it. But he's going to be strong. Yes, she's going to meet Mr. Right. He's going to be emotional. He's going to be somebody that she can rely on, somebody that will feel her, meet her, somebody that she can feel and sense and read. He won't make it difficult for her because he's water himself. He'll be sensitive to her needs and those around her. and he'll be confident within himself because that's what she needs. And he'll be strong in his faith. And that is what she needs too, because that's the only thing when you're out of balance like that and you in need for a spiritual healing. It's hard when you between the world, when you live in two places. When you have to sing secular and go here, trying to blend the two, when your heart is saying one thing and wanting one thing, and you have to do another to survive. So we're in a pickle, but I know that this too shall pass. Is Tamar doing what she want to do? She's got the hope sometimes. Or do Tamar just want to be married? Just married and living a good life? Yeah. She just want to be, you see the sword? Yeah. But she says, but not with the struggle. All she knows is struggled marriages and relationships. She said, I want a new beginning, but not without the struggle. Give me the victory crown, but not without the struggle. She would love to have that. That's what she would love. She would love to just be in a relationship, living comfortable, work when she want, or when she don't, spending time with her son, or whatever she doing. That's what she want to be about, you know. And she will have that. But she's going to have to become more softer. Because you just have to be. Because when you are masculine, like, you know what I mean? When you are, what is that word?
Alpha male.
When you're alpha male,
female.
alpha female, it's hard. You can get them, but you can't hold on to them. That's the truth. So, baby Crone, do you have any more questions?
No, but I do have the overall number.
But before we move on, what did you think about this read? I see that she will meet someone to her temperament.
Yes, it did have a positive ending.
I had to do it.
It was looking a little sad and dreary for her at first.
It was.
Yeah, like she was going through a breakup.
Yeah, people taking
it was
from
like
her.
another blindsided ending. She was just like, what?
Yeah. Having to pull herself together and lean on her most holy faith to make it through and fake out the world when she was really brokenhearted. She didn't even see it coming. She probably knew, but probably didn't even think it was going to take place like it did because she was just talking positive about him. So seemed like a genie ma to me.
Yeah, it seems very fitting because I guess the positive card of this is the strength. So that shows it's up there at the very top of the hierophant.
What's the positive? Because that's what got her on. And the hierophant in her now, because this is her now. And in her now, yeah, she's ready. She's ready with everything she's got. She's getting it together. And she knows it's a struggle, but she's got to do what she got to do because she got to work, you know. So I hope that you all enjoyed that reading. Oh, no, what was the overall number?
A 4.
Oh, so in this reading, we see that she's trying to get her foundation. She's trying to get her show together. She's trying to get the foundation. She's trying to meet the needs of what she needs. So right now, her foundation may be a little rocky, a little emotional. Let me look at all the cards. Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely not solid yet with the things that's going on, but in time, it will be, because you know that Tamar is a perfectionist and you know she would not have it no other way. So whatever it is that's got to be done, she will make sure it gets done. She cares very, very much about her, what do you call those people that follow you? Her fans. You know, she cares very much about her Tamartians. So she is out here and she wants to give you the best show that money can buy. And but she's still working. She's a work in progress. So let's just keep Tamar in prayer as she goes through this, as she go through and find the meaning of her life, as she display it to the world, as she find her way. Let's just uphold her in prayer. How about that?
Yes.
So prayers going up for Tamar that she will find peace and that she will find a home somewhere Because a home is not there. The home is inside of you. No matter where you go in the world, your home should be inside of you. And finding the place is the easy part, right? Because you're trying to find a place where you can sit and lay your body down and do what you want to do. And I think that she will manage to do that. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading about Tamar Braxton. I hope I didn't make it too hard or too dreary. I really wanted to tread lightly. Why? This is my first time reading on her. However, I know that she's going through. She is going through. And rightfully so. Understandable. She's been with this guy for a while, right? So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I hope you enjoyed this reading on Tamar Braxton. Sunflowers.